I'm facing back to front, over my shoulder at the sun, and it's an open door, and I find outside once more. I don't learn, it'll all be fine this time. I don't learn, 'cause you always seem so kind. I don't learn.
Okay, it's super early, as you can tell. I'm just getting up, trying to gain some distance, see how far I can fly, and then if I get far enough, I'm gonna pick me a spot out and land. But it is super duper cold. Hopefully the next morning I'll be able to take off and from that location. That's the goal anyway. Hopefully the winds will be low enough. We're forecasted to, but that could change because that's a full day away. Go wake up my nephew. He had a party. He's about to go to Marine Corps. And I think they did a little drinking last night, so I think I'll wake their ass up, buzz them, and mess with their hangover. So I landed over near where I've made a shelter before. It's actually where I ended the last video. Flew around for a while. It's pretty buoyant, really cold. And I just want to show you what I brought. So this was underneath my seat. This is just a rain fly that goes on top of a tent. I've got my life straw here so that I don't have to carry water. And in here, this is the cover for the paramotor. I can use that to cover it up and protect it against the weather so it doesn't get soaked. And I can also use it to my advantage as well. I can use it kind of like a sleeping bag, stuff it with brush because it's waterproof. And the rest of this stuff is just the bag to put up the wing. Anyway, I'm gonna walk this down. I'm not breaking it down this time because I have an area that's easy to get down to, and I'm not going to use that old shelter. I'll walk this down and use my frame to see if I can be able to shelter with it. Sorry, my cheeks are still kind of frozen. So this is wild mustard, and it's just as nutritious as the mustard greens you buy in the store. It's loaded with vitamins and minerals. So right here is some amaranth, also called pigweed, and it's got an amino acid in it that's normally only found in meat, and it's also nutritious. So I'm going to get down here to a good flat spot and build me a shelter out of my paramotor. I'm going to use it because this is a good flat spot down in here. Okay, not perfect, but it works. So I've got it tied off to the front part of the paramotor. The paramotor is blocking the wind for me. So I just want to test all this stuff out before I take a long-term trip. I don't want to get out somewhere and be like, oh, you know what, I need this. or I need that. I want to get out, kind of test it out, see what is going to be most efficient. What's going to be the lightest weight. This is willow, right? So I like to get these about 12 to 14 inches long for this spindle. There's two different ones I could use. This one's fairly straight, that one's fairly straight, and they're up off the ground, so I know they're dry. They haven't been soaking up the moisture from the ground. All right, there's my spindle. I'm gonna have to burn in a notch or a divot and then make my notch. This is what I'm gonna use as my socket. So I'm gonna burn a little hole in that, or carve a little hole here so that this top part of the spindle fits in there. And then here's my bow. It's important to go ahead and get a really good tinder bundle. Because you don't want to waste all that time trying to make a coal and then you can't get it to light. So I was down here in the creek turning over logs and I found a little baby copperhead. You can tell it's still a juvenile because it's still got the green tail. Got the coal build. This is the first part to my tinder bundle. Get that in there. It was burning. The tinder bundle makes all the difference in the world. A good one will make all the difference in the world. But yeah, I'm going to break some pieces down about this size, let them burn into coals, and then kind of cover them up a little bit so I can go around, not have to maintain the fire the whole time. That's probably one of the best survival foods you'll ever find. Grow all over North Texas. These are a lot harder to crack than the soft shell pecans, but oops, dropped one. They have a lot of calories, so for about 100 grams you'll end up getting right around 600 calories, just a little bit over, and a lot of fat in them. So here's some sow thistle. This is a fairly small plant, and you don't want to get it confused with groundsel, common groundsel, because it's poisonous. But you can take these tops and pickle them. It's got a latex in it. This is a little bit more mature plant. I mean, it's not a very big one, but it's probably because of the time of year. It'll grow back again in the spring. Here's one that's just developing. You can see the purple around it. And eventually it'll grow a shaft. A lot of people get this confused with dandelion. That's goldenrod. Really only used for like teas or additions to salads. It doesn't have a lot of nutritional content. so I don't spend a lot of time on it.
Kind of feels like the winds are dying off. I don't hear too much going on. I may go see what time it is. It's 6:03 right now. Sun sets at 6:45, 6:50, somewhere right around there. Yeah, I feel like we're in one of those lulls. Maybe it won't pick back up. I'll break this bad boy down and hike it out. Try to get a flight in, come back down in here and land, set it all up again.
That's the cover for the paramotor, so it's going to act as a good wind block. I'm going to put it on there. I could also use it as a sleeping bag, stuff it full of leaves and brush if I got really cold, and get inside that myself. It'll cover a good chunk of my body, and it's waterproof, so if I had to, I could curl up, get inside this. That's why I like to bring it. Alright, so I'm going to walk this down. Pretty heavy.
Cause you always seem so kind. Out of love, it'll all be fine this time. Out of love.
Now you wait up and all I live. Now you wait
Okay, we're going to fly around a little bit, and then we'll go back and land at that location I built the shelter. As you can see, the sun's almost going to set, so I won't have a very long flight. So I'm just going to fly around for a little bit. Maybe head over to the balloon fast, fly over it if the winds are smooth enough.
Full circle round and round. So will you help me down? Come grab my hand for solid ground. And out of love.
Oh, no. In the tree. I'm going to pack all this stuff up in the bag, and then I'm going to head down and set up the shelter. Alright, we got a few coals left. There we go. Getting our fire going again. But at least I know this is all working. And even if I don't buy a tent, this is working pretty good.